sometimes it's hard for me to adjust. Overall grade comes from the group projects. One culture shock that I had, I've never been treated that way in my whole life. And sometimes you feel lonely, struggles that come with living alone. It will save you a lot of time and energy and anxiety, trust me. To a lot of you watching my videos, coming to study here in Thailand is a dream. And it is in some ways, but here are a few things that I really wish someone told me before I came to study here. Not just the fun and exciting parts, but the real everyday things that shape your experience living here alone. If you're thinking of coming to study here in Thailand, this video is for you. Hello, I'm Katherine. I'm a film and media production student at Bangkok University. I make vlogs about my life as an international student living alone in Thailand. This video isn't meant to be like a guide. It's more like the things I've learned and experienced over the years I've lived in Thailand as an international student. So everything I will say are based on my experience and the notes I've taken. And this is intended mostly for international students. So, with that being said, first things first, the visa. If you want to come and study here in Thailand, the visa that you need is non-ED visa, which is non-immigration education visa. You have to apply it at the Thai embassy in your country of origin before you come here to study in Thailand. And it is not a one-time process. You have to keep extending it after living here, biannually or annually, depending on your school. You have to keep extending it here at the immigration office. And it is very, very important that you do not forget to extend it, because you will be fined if you do not. It is 500 baht per day. If you keep forgetting to extend your visa, they will consider this as overstaying in Thailand, and that will affect your passport and your future document application process. And another thing you need to keep in mind is TM47 or 90-day report. Once you're here in Thailand, you have to report your address to the immigration office every 3 months. Actually, you can do that online and it is completely free. So takeaway number one is to keep your passport, visa and other important documents in check and make sure that they are up to date and not expired. Very important. Okay, number two is the payment system. I'm not sure how you are used to paying in your country. Personally, I used to pay with cards before coming here, but in Thailand, the most popular payment method is QR scan. So when you go shopping or like buy something, you go to a shop and they will give you a QR scan linked to the bank account. So you open your mobile banking app and you scan through the app and pay directly from your bank. It's very convenient, but that means you need a Thai bank account. You can actually use cash here, but it is more convenient to pay by scan. For me, I have two bank accounts. One is for my savings and one is my checking account where I normally scan to pay for things. I just want to make sure that if something happened to one of my bank accounts, I have a spare account. But I believe it's like getting harder these days to get a bank account because the government updated the regulations and policies last year. It might not be as convenient to get a bank account, but it is very convenient to pay by QR scanning after you get an account. If you plan to living here for long, a Thai bank account is a must have. And also another thing I learned is that it's quite hard to get a credit card here, especially as a student. Like you need a lot of process and like paperwork and like it's very complicated. They would just give you a debit card when you open a bank account. So that's one thing to keep in mind. So my takeaway number two would be open a Thai bank account once you arrive here in Thailand. Number three is the weather. I know it's like a cliche and half of you are like ready to click away from this video, but hear me out. As a person who has lived in Thailand for 3 years, I can say with absolute certainty, Thailand is very hot. A lot of you might think, oh, Thailand is sunny, the beaches, holiday weather. Well, it is good to be here for a while, but if you have to live here for a long time, you start thinking, do we really have seasons here? Like you might hear Thai people often complaining or joking about the weather, like how Thailand only has one season, which is summer. And I kind of agree with that. Okay, some people really love hot weather, so you might like it here, but personally I'm like, I prefer colder weather. So it's like sometimes it's hard for me to adjust because it really gets super hot in summer. It's like 40 something degrees Celsius. If you go outside, you cannot open your eyes. It's super sunny. Even the air is like warm against your skin. If you want something specific, imagine cracking an egg on a pavement and it would turn into a sunny side up. That's how hot it is. I'm not exaggerating. You can see like some TikToks. So I mean, if you like hot weather, it might not be a problem for you, but for someone who prefers colder weather, you might want to be prepared. So takeaway number three, Thailand is really hot, bring your sunscreen. Number 4 is especially for students. I want to talk about unilife. One culture shock that I had after arriving here is that Thai universities have uniforms, which is the white shirt and a black skirt for girls and black pants for boys, and you wear them on like special occasions. Every student is required to have one. And the uni life, I would say, is very fun, at least from my experience. We have a lot of festivals and like fairs. Like every single month, there is one thing or another to celebrate and participate in. It's like so much fun. So if you're someone who's outgoing and open to new experiences, it would be perfect for you. But one thing is that at the start of the semester, there is a lot to enjoy, right? The festivals and the fairs, and like you're having so much fun, and suddenly, bam, the midterm comes, and like there was nothing at first, and suddenly there's everything. Schoolwork and projects and assignments and tests all pile up. Where did this come from? And the moment you think you're done with the midterms, finals are here. I always feel like the finals and midterms are like so close, so it can be quite tiring sometimes. And another thing would be group projects. Like here, you need to expect a lot of group work. Like 80 or 90% of your overall grade comes from the group projects. Personally, I prefer individual projects or individual work because it allows me to work at my own pace and in my own style. But no, professors love group work. So takeaway number 4 is enjoy your student life here, but be prepared for group work and grind in a short amount of time. I have so many vlogs where you get to see my international student life here in Thailand, the struggles, the studies and all that stuff. You can subscribe to my channel and check in the playlist called BU Logs. I promise there's so much fun. And also I share about my daily life with my friends and what I eat and what I do on a daily basis. And if you want to catch up with me, you might consider following me on Instagram. I'm always active and you can also DM me there. I make sure that I reply to all your messages when I have time. Okay, moving on. Number 5, the cultural difference. I wasn't very sure at first whether to include this or not because it might come across as stereotypical, but I believe that it's important for you to understand Thai culture and the general nature of Thai people before you actually fly thousands of miles to settle here, and understanding this will also make your life a lot easier and more comfortable in Thailand. With that being said, Thai people can be expressive. They are very okay with being loud and open and funny and dramatic. They are very expressive when it comes to their emotions and their identity. It's their actual character. If you come from a more reserved or discreet cultural background, it might come across as too much for you. When I first arrived here, I would constantly feel like I'm living in like a Thai BL drama. It's true. Now I have adapted to it. I feel like I myself is now more open and more expressive and more energetic than I used to be. I remember the first time I emceed here, the co-MC and the stage manager are like in my ears telling me, Katherine, more energy, more energy. It's like I was like too reserved, so I had to like put more energy and boost the energy of the people. When we have an event, they want people to be lively and like upbeat and screaming and, you know, more festive. So, if you want to feel like a local, like feel you belong here, you need more energy. Kind of funny, like you need energy, but it's true. You need more energy and you need to be a bit more expressive to catch up with your friends. Like you can have different opinions about their culture, try to respect. It's very important. Okay, number 6 would be language barrier. I know that you understand that you have to know like some basic words in Thai before you come here. It is not necessary to like speak fluent Thai, but it would be better if you understand some Thai because it will make your life a lot easier. It will save you a lot of time and energy and anxiety, trust me. I say anxiety because, okay, so when I first arrived here, I spoke 0 Thai. My knowledge was 0 and I went to order food. I was getting dinner and I was ordering, I think, Pat Kapow Mu Kop or something like that. The shopkeeper did not understand me and I was trying to explain it and he looked so mad. He was like mad and he started to shout at me and there were like a long queue of people waiting behind me and I almost had a panic attack. I was like, oh my god, I was under so much pressure, and luckily, I'm always lucky. I always thank my guardian angel. Whenever I'm in that kind of situation, there's always someone to come and help me out. So a friend of mine was passing by and he saw me and he just ran towards me and he's like, okay, let me save you, and he saved my day. And by the very way, it is very common here to get scolded or yelled at by taxi drivers and shopkeepers, especially if they're older, like older generation. And like I've never been treated that way in my whole life, so at first it didn't sit quite right with me. But after living here for a while, I kind of understand their culture. Now that I speak better Thai, it reduces the amount of miscommunication and misunderstanding. So like I have less and less of that experience. Like me and all my friends have experienced being yelled at by taxi drivers. Like when you pin the wrong location, or like when you tell them to like wait for a while, or like can you stop here, like they will scream at you. I'm not saying that all of them do that, but some of them actually do that, and it's like very weird. Even Thai people experience this sometimes, and even they're scared. I do not want you to view it in a bad way. I'm just sharing like a funny experience. But like after I have learned the language, I feel less and less of that. Perhaps it's because of miscommunication, or perhaps they think, oh, this person is trying her best to speak our language, so like they feel kinder towards me. They treat me a little bit more nicely and kindly, perhaps. And also, if someone comes at me and like talk to me in a way that I don't feel comfortable, I can just complain back to them in very little Thai that I know. My camera cut out halfway. So, takeaway number 6 would be to learn some Thai. If not, find a Thai friend who can help you out. Or boyfriend or girlfriend. That will make your life a lot easier, trust me. Last but not least, number 7 is adulting. Living alone abroad will definitely change your life in so many different ways. I feel like I have grown up so much over the 3 years than I had in the previous years. Living alone abroad means you are facing random challenges every single day. Before I came here, I'm not sure how people are gonna perceive me as, but I want to be frank. Before I came here, I have never done my own laundry. I never cleaned my own toilet. I never carried heavy grocery bags or water. I never did those things on my own. After I arrived here, I had to force myself to do everything on my own because I'm the only one at home. And when I got sick, I had to pick myself up and go to the clinic. Of course, I do have friends who drive me around and help me out with things, but most of the time I have to stand up for myself and be there for myself. And I think that's a very good thing. When you're alone abroad, and sometimes you feel lonely, but that helps you grow up. That helps you become stronger, and you try to stand up for yourself and try to figure out ways to make your life easier on your own. If you want to feel like an actual adult, I recommend that you move out of your family house or move abroad. You will be forced in a short amount of time to grow up so fast. You know this thing, right? When people say the scariest thing is you're on your own, but the amazing thing is also the fact that you're on your own. I think it's true. You are the boss of your own life, and it's so cool, in my opinion. Of course, we are to expect challenges and struggles that come with living alone, like having to carry heavy stuff on your own.
I mean, that can be helped if you have someone to, help you out with, but...
my friends helped me out a lot. I'm very thankful to my friends, and I always felt so lucky to have my friends. Shout out to all my friends. They're so helpful. They help me out with things. They drive me around. They take me to places. They help me carry my grocery bags, carry my water, fix my stuff, and help me translate. And they're so kind and nice. But the point is, you will eventually make your own friends, and they will help you out, of course. But when you first arrive here, you'll be alone, and you'll have to figure things out on your own. It will be challenging at first, but it helps you grow so fast. So, takeaway number 7 is, living alone will give you a lot of challenges and struggles, but it will help you grow as a person, and it is such an amazing gift. There is actually one thing that I get asked a lot, but did not make it to this video. It is about transportation. People often ask me how to get around. I do have an answer, but I also know for a fact that my answer would not be very helpful to you, because I know that you guys want to know about public transport and how to, get to places. When I'm alone, I am... This is kind of embarrassing, but how I get to places in Thailand is always by taxi. So I can recommend you Bolt is the most commonly used app, and Grab is my second option. In Bangkok, you have MRT, BTS, and buses and vans. They are very clean and comfortable as far as I can tell, but I cannot tell you which to take to get to a particular place. I cannot do that because I do not know it myself. Yeah, I know it's not very helpful. So 90% of the time I'm grabbing a taxi, and the other 10% I have someone driving me around. I'm not sure if I should include this part or not. This is by no means a complete guide, as I've mentioned before as well. I'm just simply sharing my experience and the things I've learned actually living alone in Thailand for 3 years. It's still hard for me to wrap myself around the fact that I have lived alone for 3 years. Looking back, I can see how much I've grown. Like, I feel like an adult now sometimes. Anyway, I do hope that this video is helpful to you in some way in preparing to come to study here in Thailand. And I do hope the information you get from this video helps you get a better life experience in Thailand. That was so great. And if you know someone who is thinking of moving to Thailand or coming to study here in Thailand, don't forget to share this video with them. If you think this video is helpful, please don't forget to like and comment to let me hear your thoughts about this video. So yeah, I will see you in my next video.